Hi guys, I'm Shmi, hello and welcome back to the channel where today we're going to go and find some awesome cars. We're heading out with my McLaren Senna to go car spotting in London. It is the time of year where there are tons of cars that have come over from the Middle East. Cars from Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Kuwait, Qatar, you name it. And we're going to go and find them. A bit of old-fashioned car spotting where it began here on the Shmi on 50 channel. And we're going to be taking the Senna. A little bit crazy, you could argue, for the purpose, but I haven't driven the Senna all that much this year for a few reasons, which I need to explain first, and when it's going to be fully ready to go for a proper longer distance drive. But I think it's going to be quite a fun way to drive around in a Senna and go see what we can find today in London. I haven't driven the Senna for what feels like ages. About 6 weeks ago, we did take it down to the Goodwood Festival of Speed. It was transported there and then transported back. But in recent months, I've not been behind the wheel at all for reasons I shall explain in just a second or two. Before that, some quick updates from here at the Museum. Given how long I was talking about doing this, we now have the completed run of the Benpack Autostacker A6W car lifts, having installed a further 3 to complement the 4 that we already had here, meaning we can have 14 cars stacked up against this wall and add a 15th in the little space down towards the end, which is unbelievable. And I know what you're thinking, there are not that many cars here at the moment, which will tie in to what's up with the Senna as well. Now, the last time we did go for a bit of car spotting in central London was with my SF90 Stradale, which is very much daily supercar, still absolutely enjoying it for every outing possible. But what's up with this then? So if you've noticed recently, whenever cars tend to go off for anything, they seem to be away for a long time because parts shortages at the moment are a very big thing when it comes to cars like the Ford GT, like the SLS Black Series, like the 675 LT Spider now as well. If they need something, it takes a long time to get it. So what is wrong with the Senna? Well, it had a little bit of an issue with the suspension system, which effectively meant that it needed 2 new actuators and 2 new dampers. We've managed to get the actuators, which means it's back to being able to drive in some form, albeit having to take it very gently. So it's not able to go right now and do a track day or a long road trip or anything like that. But poodling from here into central London and back shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's unfortunately something that happened after basically leaving it sitting around for too long. I think that's part and parcel of all of this. McLaren are trying to get those parts, but it is a very, very long process, which I'm trying to work out what to do with. So that's the long story short of it, but I want to take it out because I want to drive it. It's been too long, and if you leave these things sitting for too long waiting for one little issue, you'll get another little issue, and it's better to avoid all of that. And as you know, as we talk about often on the Museum channel, it is very important to take out all of the cars, and we try and do it at the maximum every 2 months, preferably every month or so. Every car goes out for something. So today it is the Senna's turn, and I did a little bit of a poll on social media between the Senna and the STO, but I had the STO out just 2 or 3 weeks ago. Today's choice, therefore, is the Senna. So let me get the CTEK Smart Charger unplugged, let me get it ready to get it started, and we'll take the Senna on out and go see what we can find in central London. As we're out for a drive, I need to firstly just make a quick correction on what I said was the problem. This car had 2 issues, one being the dampers, as I've mentioned, that we're still waiting for. The other was actually to do with the accumulators for the suspension system that manage the fluid flow. It's my 675 LT Spider, which ironically at the moment is waiting for an actuator part, which is to do with the lift system assembly. So this car, when the accumulators were all out of sync, felt like you were driving a boat. It was just oddly floaty, and we knew there was something wrong with it, which is why it went to the dealer and basically has stayed at the dealer for an extended period, and then given the parts are so far on back order, eventually came back, and we've had it at the garage instead and took it down to Goodwood. So the accumulators were resolved. Dampers just have the smallest of leaks, which under high performance driving would be a problem, but for gentle driving doesn't seem to be too much of an issue. Now the funny thing is, I look behind me, as I look to the right now, look at this. We have a McLaren friend. Small world with the 570 Spider. What timing as we're cruising into town. And as you can probably tell from the immediate sensation of being in here, it is loud, it is rattly, it is crazy, it is dramatic, it is just an all-round insane thing, to be honest. And I've not actually driven my Senna since I drove my friend RM Collection's Senna GTR in just outside of New York, which is kind of crazy to be back in this. Obviously not unnecessarily under performance driving. I mean, as much as you can when you're sitting like this, just cruising and making your way into town on a beautiful day, but nonetheless, it still feels pretty insane. Hey, I've just realised the car spotting has started really well, if just on the normal road into London, we've already had a McLaren. I suspect this bodes well for what's in store for us ahead. This is quite random, but that Citroen C4's number plate is from Frankfurt in Germany, FSH, and my old GT3 started, well, it changed to FSH1133, so a kind of similar number plate to that. And the funniest thing is I actually saw in Germany not all that long ago, oh, another McLaren, another 570. That's very coincidental. I actually saw FSH, was it 1131 or something like that? It was one number different to my old plate, which was super coincidental. So it seems to be McLaren days, but, oh, brake for the traffic light, come to a stop, and I suspect that's just going to be the start of it, because little birdies are telling me really exciting stuff. I know that's cliche because we have it all the time, but there are definitely going to be some very cool cars to see today. This is carnage. We're crossing Oxford Street. It is so busy today, unsurprisingly. I'm just like, avoid all of the people. Okay, so we're coming around this way specifically because there's something very, very special parked around here somewhere. Definitely in the hypercar category. Just going to work out exactly where to go. I think it's this way. And then we're going to see our first really, really, really exciting car of the day. It's so loud in here, you quickly forget how much it rattles and how many noises that this thing just makes. Harnesses shaking behind, all the different sounds. Oh look, we've got a Taycan parked opposite an FF. I want to squeeze through here. This feels very narrow right now. Really narrow. Okay. There we go, we're good, we're good. Okay, I see people with cameras, which means we're probably in the right place. So, up here, what's lurking? Where are we? Would you believe this? About 15 seconds before we drove around that corner, the car in question drove away. We didn't see it, but those guys just informed us. So, we think it's coming back. If it's coming back, we'll see it in a moment. If it isn't, bad luck. Can hear something, there we go. Ferrari Monza SP2 in London. Wow, that's cool. One of 500 Monzas, the first of the Icona series cars. Obviously with the option to choose between SP1 and SP2. That's one of the highlights of the day. We've started right on a good footing. Wow. A quick look at that 6.5 litre V12, all of the signatures. Really cool. Very, very cool. Painted shields, red stripes over the black. Love the Monza. One of my favourite driving experiences was one of these. Oh, nice S63. Cruising through over there as well. Around the corner. Right, better go find my car. The McLaren onslaught continues. 600 LT just there. How many McLarens are we going to spot today? And a couple of Ferraris. And who knows what else. Anyway, we're obviously back in the Senna now. Kind of parked and hovered just around the corner. So, stop start. Let's turn that off. It always feels wrong in a car with a V8 like this to have stop start. Especially with all the rattles, because you go from loads of rattles to none. It's almost a little bit disconcerting. Anyway, on we go. An Aventador Roadster, satin black Lamborghini Aventador Roadster, and now we've got the dealership area with Bugatti, Bentley, and Ferrari. So let's go see what's in the windows of the Ferrari dealership right now. See if I can just get a glimpse through here. What do we have? Oh, 296 and an SF90. And what's just here? Another Portofino, a Taycan Cross Turismo. Or was it Sport Turismo? Not entirely sure. And a yellow GT3. Yeah, this is kinda crazy busy. Hello everyone. So we crawl around in the Senna. Yeah, that Aventador caught us a bit by surprise over that away. This time around, just so you can see how much of a surprise this was. You can't see it, you can't see it, you can't see it, and there it is. Satin black LP 700-4. Oh no, it is an S, it's an Aventador S, my bad. The S being the kind of facelift updated model that obviously came a short way into the Aventador's lifespan. It's amazing to think that the Aventador launched a decade ago. It's literally 10 years old, and the new model will be along before long. Oh yeah, another cheeky look at the Ferrari dealership. 296. It's called Verde Minerale, that colour, which is kind of fun, unusual. Past Rolls-Royce to London. Obviously a nice range of Rolls-Royces, including one that's parked outside here at Novikov, where you often find a Rolls or 2 or 3 or 5, to be honest. Or this one is often here, the Bat, the Aventador SVJ Roadster. The Batman's Batmobile, often seen lurking around Mayfair. Is there anything here? Yes, there is. Tucked in, oh, and that's a special plate as well. Tucked in here at the Berkeley, we have a 918 Spider, and the plate is 6060, single plate on the liquid silver 918 Spider. That's cool. That's very cool. We're actually going to go and find a spot to do some photos with this, and we found a 918 Monza 918, and I guess we can say Senna. This is funny. Getting some photos. I'm waiting for the Tesla. The Tesla's waiting for the photographers. This is going to be kind of funny. We've had another little tip-off for what's going to be around the corner in just a second. And given we are driving in the McLaren Senna, it is really quite topical, because just around here, if you take a look, on the left is the spoiler of another McLaren Senna. Yes, we are spotting Sennas from Sennas. That's quite ridiculous, isn't it? That's really quite ridiculous. So do we park tail to tail? I think we probably do. I think we park up here for a moment. Let's get this done. That's so funny. New era car spotting. Senna to Senna. There we go then. Back to back. Wing to wing. Mine has the satin carbon. This car has the gloss carbon. Obviously I've got the blue tint as well. It's always interesting to see the different specs of these things. Red calipers and the red gas struts and red seat belts against the black of that one, with a very, very suitable plate. Yeah, quite fun, I think. So what is that? Our third, if we can say, the hypercar. I don't know if the Senna is a hypercar. That's a debate we go back and forth on, but it is a McLaren Ultimate Series car, so arguably it could count. Either way, not bad, hey? A couple of photos now with those two together. Okay, let's head on. Maybe go back and see that 918, because that is quite a cool spot in its own right. So farewell to the black Senna. Cool, today is going pretty well. Coming past us, is that an 812? GTS, no less. Nice, red 812 GTS. Let me go and see where I can park up, because it's feeling pretty busy around here. Can I squeeze on the end here? Not easily. Nice Ferrari 612 Scaglietti. I actually don't see many 612s around, the precursor to the FF, and then the Lusso, of course. And as soon as one Ferrari goes by, another follows hot on its heels. There is a Roma. Smart spec, with no shields, and very nice. Coming towards us, would you believe it, a second 918 Spider. That's cool. Nice. 2 918s, 2 Sennas and a Monza in one day. Welcome to London, hypercar capital of the world. Lurking down here, what do we have? We've got a Lamborghini Urus on the right hand side. This is a spot where in the past I have filmed so many incredible cars. You name it, Bugattis, Paganis, everything. That's from Qatar, the Brabus 800 GLE. In front of that, what do we have? Well, we've got a G-Wagon. G63s are plenty around here, as are Range Rovers, as are Bentegas, as are Rolls Royces, as are all of the luxury cars, as are traffic jams, because you're often in a traffic jam around here, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, it'll be what it will be. So long as we're seeing other cool cars, life is good. This traffic jam is mad. There's a Cullinan. There's Daria's Wraith with all of the crystals over the roof and upper sections. There are AMGs and S-classes and luxury cars everywhere you look. It's completely jammed around here. Looks like it might just have opened up in some form. Let me squeeze on through this way. Oh, this is carnage. This is absolute carnage. What do we have up there? I see the distinctive red of a Ferrari. F12 Berlinetta? Yeah, that's an F12, and in front of it is a Rapide. Nice, okay, let's go around this way. Gosh. Yeah, don't come here if you want to make swift progress. Oh, is that another Ferrari in front? 2 cars in front? Yep, 488 GTB up in front of us. That's funny, when you're 2 cars behind a Ferrari and you don't even realise it because you can't see past. But hey, this works very well. This is carnage, but I really like that. The Abarth Rivale 695, I've always thought that was a really nice car. Like the Riva, the normal 500, and the Rivale was the 695. Cool little thing. So yeah, we're sitting in traffic again behind a 488 GTB. I mean, it could be worse, right? Could be far worse. Just not going to move very quickly right now. There are always interesting cars around here. There's a Rolls-Royce Wraith just on the other side. We're setting off scooter alarms. We just set that off. There's a Hurricane STO just there. I've seen that one before. Green with the orange contrast. Very nice. Come down, there's probably some more stuff to see. That's funny that we just set off the scooter alarm like that. Yeah, on the left down there is a black 488 Spider. See that 488 around from time to time. And then what else do we have? 812 Superfast on the right down there. Cool. We come through this way. Rapide S. Cullinan G63. Bit of a squeeze around the corner. I need this chap to come first. Oh look, SVJ. Another SVJ. Avanzador SVJs everywhere. Oh, and on the right, we've got a 570 and we've got a Murcielago. Okay, we clearly found the right spot there. That was some good timing. Park up, and a second later, Chiron. Mr. Lord Alim with the Bugatti Chiron, obviously turning some heads, unsurprisingly, with that thing. So add that to the list of epic cars out today, and meanwhile, the SVJ is just there, and my Senna is parked on the left behind the people over to that side. Not bad, hey? Not bad. Nearly missed him heading past there. Tyre squeal in the Chiron here. Jokes. Off it goes. Oh well. Parked up now with this. Looks can be deceiving. That's all I'm going to say. This is not necessarily what you think it is. First glance, it is a 6.2 litre V12 equipped Lamborghini Murcielago, except it's not. It's not a Murcielago. It's a replica Lambo, decked out to look like one. To be fair, not a bad job, but a little bit confusing and peculiar. This is so strange when you look at it closely. Things like the steering wheel, Lamborghini badge on the dashboard, the speedo that goes up to 100 miles an hour. Must be an MR2 or something like that. Shifter and center console is kind of done to look right, but it's not that right. Anyway, good effort. See it around London from time to time, and it would have most people fooled. It would certainly have most people fooled. Well, it sounds loud. It sounds loud, have to give it that. Actually sounds alright, to be honest. I wonder what that is, engine-wise. I have no idea. It's kind of funny. It does not have the grumble of a V12, however. Off it goes. Ah, that's the 812 Superfast we saw earlier. Something coming here, Performante Spider. Hear that V10 a mile away. Sounds good. Lambo land with that and the SVJ. We have quickly made our way back to the car to head back to the Berkeley Hotel because another Chiron is here. So today is quickly adding 2 Chirons to the hypercar mix just up in this direction, where we should be able to pull over, I hope, so that we can have a look at that, and also at the 918. So on the right hand side just up here, there we go, there we go. Alrighty then, so let me try and wave the taxi through because it's all sorts of carnage here. Let's come straight in. Sorry, photographers. I had to make sure I could swing this in because I want to go and have a very quick look at what we have here. Right, perfect. Let's hop out and go have a look at these. Well, this is no end of carnage, but let's come and have a look at what we've got here. A Bugatti Chiron, a Porsche 918 Spider, and a nice Setter up at the front. Incorrectly thought that was a Peel earlier, but it's actually a nice Setter. Anyway, second Chiron of the day, second black Chiron of the day, with the silver wheels, with the orange details for the calipers, the spine over the top of the engine covers here as well. Exposed carbon going on. This car is here from Kuwait, also with a bright orange interior to match. Then we have this, the liquid silver 918 Spider, and liquid silver as a paint option was something like £65,000 when the car was new. This is a Visac package. You have those distinct carbon flicks around the rear bumper, the carbon spoiler, you get the full carbon windscreen surround, and also the carbon fiber Targa roof panels, which can be stowed away in the front, or maybe they've been left at home given how nice the weather is today. And then inside, with all of those acid green accents, really, really cool thing, the 918s. Almost a decade old though, that's the crazy thing, and with a very, very valuable number plate to boot on that, also with the specific wheels for it. So yes, not a bad little lineup here. Look at that interior, that is full on in the orange, and that's quite fun as well. Totally unusual. Never expected to see a nice Setter around, and my Senna parked in just behind Brabus G-Wagon. Brabus G, and a very nice red G. G-Wagons are plenty, hey? Oh, I think that's maybe a Qatari S tucked in back there as well. Obviously my car temporarily parked here. I do need to get it moved though. That's quite fun. SF90 Assetto Fiorano comes past as well. This is definitely the place to be right now when it comes to supercars. That cruises on around the corner, nice plate as well. 812 GTS. Not so standard as well. We go very quickly from one Chiron to another, although the road is kind of blocked in front of us. Just up here is Alim's Chiron, somewhere. Yeah. Pull in here. All right, straight back in the car because there's a third Chiron. There's a third Chiron today in Mayfair at Novikov, where we drove past earlier. So no sooner have we just parked up, but we're going again, and I've got somebody right behind me. Do I need to reverse so I can squeeze out of here? Can I go? I think I can go. Let's go for this. Let's hopefully make the squeeze. Okay, so goodbye to the second black Chiron, because we're gonna go and find another one. I can't believe this. I cannot believe how many cool cars are around today. Yeah, the parking sensors are going mad in here. Unsurprisingly, because we're stuck. We're very, very, very stuck. In theory then, around this corner in front of us to the right, should be a Chiron, another Chiron, which would be our, let's say, 8th hypercar of the day. And we came around here much earlier, but let's turn this way. Are our sources correct? That's going to be the question right now. Yes, they are. Let's let the Wraith pull out. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's a red and black Chiron, and on the left an 812 GTS. The lineup of cars today is frankly bonkers. Let's have a look at this then. On the horseshoe grille at the front, we've got that number 16 W16 engine. Oh, we've got a Cullinan coming by. Very nice. That 812 GTS is also really cool on the other side. This is the dual tone, with the exposed carbon, so the whole of the roof section and across to the rear of the car, all in exposed carbon fibre. Of course, the whole bodywork is carbon fibre. This one is also from the UK. Really nice. Very, very cool, that dual tone. With the red for the C in this case to match the front sections and the black and red interior to go with it also. Not a bad day of hypercar spotting, it has to be said. And bang on cue, the 918 is here as well. Coming around this way. The flow continues. We've got an Aventador S Roadster, the orange alongside the red. Off he goes. Perfect evening for it. Should take the roof off, guys. This is fun. That's the 458 Spider that I have filmed many times over the years, that some of you might remember from, I think the first time I filmed that car was maybe 2014. Video went hyper viral at the time. Belongs to a kickboxing champion, and it's been around here for many years and always quite cool to see. But we're actually heading this way, following an Urus as it happens. Heading towards a bite to eat, some dinner. We're still behind the Urus, and we've got Lamborghini London with a Performante Spider and 2 Uruses. Jump ahead, we are back actually at home. I'm going to take the car back to the museum tomorrow as opposed to tonight. But when I go car spotting, I seem to have incredibly good luck. And 3 Chirons, Monza, 2 Sennas, 2 918s. It's probably a bit unfair to include my own Senna in 2 Sennas, but still, combos galore, amazing cars galore, awesome, to be honest, to get back behind the wheel of this thing. The ride is certainly firm. I can't remember if it's normally supposed to be that firm or if that is in fact to do with dampers, but hopefully those are going to come in soon so I can actually start stretching the legs a little bit more, because it's done about 3,400 miles and it's about 3.5 years old, so about 1,000 miles a year, which is not bad going, but I would like to do a few more with it. I mean, at this stage, when it's a 3,500 mile car, might as well have a 5,500 mile car, right, and go on a 2,000 mile journey somewhere. So that would be lovely to do at some point. For now though, I've enjoyed having the car out. I had completely forgotten how much of a crazy reaction it gets everywhere it goes. It's actually quite overwhelming to drive something like this in the centre of London. If you don't have your wits about you, you can certainly get kind of inundated with everything that's happening all around. But it's crazy, and seeing so many cool cars has been crazy as well. So I hope you've enjoyed coming along for that journey today, and I'm sure there are some things that I missed as well. Either way, it's been a lot of fun, so thank you very much for watching. As always, guys, your support is hugely appreciated, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers!